Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Show Me Your Art. And today we have a special artist. Her name is Nora Kartas. And we're going to see what is her artwork about. Just a friendly talk. So, without any further ado, let's bring up Nora. How are you, Nora?
Hi, I'm fine. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you. Thank you. So, um, tell me a little bit about yourself first.
Well, I'm 22 years old and I'm from Russia. I'm a speech therapist by profession. I graduated from university this year, but about 2 years ago, I decided that I don't want to work by my profession. So I've started to think what I want to do so that I could like it and also make money from it. And then I started to think about drawing because I was drawing for my whole life. But, I never learned how to draw professionally. I just drew it for myself. So then I started to look for online courses and then I started to learn how to draw vector arts. And here it is. Took some online courses about drawing and promotion, uh, worked a little bit as an illustrator in real life, and then about I joined the NFT space in November.
Okay.
So yeah, now I'm
And
here.
how has it been so far? The NFT space.
Let's say it's pretty interesting. Not that I expected actually because we have a weird advertisement of NFT in our
Mhm.
country. So it's usually like it shows that it's like fast money, fast income.
Yeah.
Um, yes. So then I was like, before I didn't believe in it at all. Like I was like, why people buy the arts? They can just download it, just right click and save it. That's it. Why to buy it? But then, I started to learn more about it, to talk with people who is also an NFT, and then I was like, okay, something interesting. And at first, I joined the NFT space, just to have an additional income uh,
Okay.
to my to my illustrator work. And then it's like I dive into it because it's really a big world, totally different from real life. I mean, different because you have different community there are like different rules, maybe not different but new to me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I met many great people here, many great artists, and also people who support me too.
Yeah. I mean, I myself got a confession. I didn't believe in NFTs either. I used to think it was crazy. It's like I tell everybody. Like for example, I never understood why would anybody pay $1 million for a Picasso or Da Vinci or anything like that? But then within time, I got to understand art and appreciate art. So now we're in the digital era where pretty much everything digital is taking over. Cryptocurrency, digital art, which is the NFTs. And yeah, I mean, as long as you adapt to the new changes, I think that's a good thing, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. All right. So, and but yeah, I probably didn't miss that part. How long you say you've been drawing for?
Just to additional income.
Yeah, just traditional.
I didn't understand.
Oh, just regular art before going digital.
Uh, I just drew like on my paper. I like traditional arts with just a pen. And I never learned how to draw before. Like I just draw some portraits, but just for myself.
Okay, okay. So then how you did this? That's why
Uh,
I'm confused.
yeah,
Right.
I draw vector arts, and it's like I use Adobe Illustrator, and it's a bit different from just raster arts because when you draw raster art, it's like you draw usually on a tablet, and you draw like the lines like this. So you draw every line by yourself, by your hand, and like this. And with vector arts, there is also you can do this like that, but mostly people use pen tool. And it's like I'll try to explain the technique. It's like you use one dot, the next dot, and then the line between the dots, and then you change it. So it's like can be like this, just straight line. And so that's the big difference, because you need to think before to make another line where to make it. And yeah, I can see the comments. I'm not a self-taught here. I took uh, online courses about vector graphics because yeah, I believe that if you want to sell something, you need to do it well, you need to do it professionally. And yeah, that's why I decided to take some online courses how to draw.
Okay. But you know what? I think this artwork is pretty amazing. Like, it's unique to me because it's different. Like, for example, what made you think of doing this one? You know, the woman just pulling off the stripe of the zebra.
Yeah, the inspiration, like the collection itself is called Self-Reflection. And it's about our mind, our emotions, and our behavior too. And the inspiration for this art was such a psychological thing like splitting, or also known as black and white thinking. It's when your mind, divide everything into extremes. It's either good or bad. You on like win or lose. What else? Like right or wrong? Like just the extremes. There is nothing between these, and there is no nuances. And it's like our defensive mechanism to save us. Like it's easy just to give such stamps. So like, oh yes, the person is good, the person is bad, and you don't have to think about it anymore. So yeah, that was the inspiration for this, that you can see the girl divide the lines only to like
Yeah.
black and white. Yeah.
So basically, I'm guessing white is good, black is bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see the illustration in this one.
Yes, this one is called Pressure. And, I was inspired actually, also by the NFT space, because, people wear masks to look well, to be sweet with everyone. There is also such thing like spreading positivity everywhere. Like people don't like toxic people, but I actually think we are all toxic in some kind,
In one
like
way
part.
or another, yeah.
Yes. So, yeah, people wear masks, and in real life too, very often, and not by their own choice, just to join maybe some communities, and just not to stand out from them. And that was the inspiration for this. You can see the personality of the man is like the deer, and you can see another hand just holding his horns, just like, I don't know how to say, just limiting the person, and another hand just wearing the mask on it with another personality.
It's a very interesting concept.
Yeah, I also like it.
Okay, hold on. And I'm gonna point out that this one catches my attention a lot, but I'll leave it for last. Light Path.
Yes, the collection is called Little Travelers, and it was inspired partly by me because I'm not tall in real life, and I also like animals and I like nature. So I decided to make this collection. Also, it's also about our mind, about the duality of the things, how we see this from different angles. And for this art, you can look at it and think that maybe the light shows the path to the traveler, and maybe the traveler path and light his own path for himself.
Okay.
The
This is
next
the
one.
one no, that's the one I'm talking about, but I'm gonna leave it for the last. Like,
Okay,
I'll leave it for last because that one is pretty interesting.
okay.
Um, uh,
With
this
with
one.
yes, with this one I was inspired. Um, it's called long rest, and sometimes we need some rest because time goes by really fast, and we also try to do everything, just not to miss it, not to lose it, and sometimes we need rest, and it's very individual for everyone, like how long it takes to rest, like to be alive again. So it's also about it. You can rest for some time, and also mm, will you be able to back again to give the power, to gain the power, the strength, and to continue your journey.
So that's why she looks so calm and relaxed. Well, he.
Yes, yes, sleeping with the deer.
um, I mean, it's different. Like in general, the way it is. I like your style, literally. Time.
Thank you.
Okay, let me see. Um, she is crying.
Yeah, she's not like crying, but yes, it's like um, it's also about our life. Um, and sometimes we can be upset by something in our life, and it's okay to be upset. It's okay to experience it, to feel it, and it's also important to have someone who will always support you. And here you can see the elephant support the traveler. Yes, maybe like she said right now, but like she also can decide if it's the end or a new beginning, new start for her. So yes, it's about this, about our real life.
Yeah.
So
My friend Football said that's still amazing. You have passion. He agrees with me, like in the style, and he said it's definitely eye catching. Love it all.
yes, thank you so much. I also read it. Yes, it's really nice. Thank you.
Yeah, you know what I noticed in majority of them that wait, we didn't even see this one. Sorry, I skipped it. Um, I like how you combine the human and the animals. What made you think of that idea?
Yeah, I try to make it abstract. Maybe I'm still not good at abstractions because not that abstract as just different shapes, still pretty realistic, like people and animals too. But yes, I like the connection between animals and people, and we also like depend on each other, like in real life, not animals but just, I mean, with nature in general.
Yeah. Now you want to talk a little bit about this piece.
Yes, this piece I was inspired by another illustrations, and sometimes ideas came differently. Sometimes it's something that you have in your head, and you come up with it like immediately, but then you need to have some inspiration, and then you just scroll other artists' art, and it was inspired by it. There were actually like different things there, but I like the idea of a little human with a big animal, and I decided to make it this, this little traveler. Had a big journey and also fall asleep with on her journey, and the bird, it's also about the duality of the things, like the bird can be her like supporter, can defend her, and at the same time the bird can be like pretty dangerous to her. It's about like how you see on it.
Very interested indeed. Fobo said, every piece has a story, such good work.
Thank you. Yes, I think mm, it's more better. It's better to draw arts with like meaningful arts with stories, because I don't know, it's just more. I don't know how to say this. I think it
I
just
mean,
all
I
I
know
want.
exactly what you're trying to say. Basically, all right. So I myself am an artist, but not like you. I don't draw. I write. I write poetry. I write music, and I feel like when you're doing art, any shape or form, I feel like it has to come from the heart. It has to be something that you can relate to,
Mhm.
or something that you have experienced. But just drawing just to draw, then, I mean, respect to everyone that does it. But in my opinion, I feel like true art is when there's a meaning behind it.
Yes, when I just joined the NFT space, I didn't know what I want to draw myself, because before I just drew it for something, like for example, for birthdays and for clients, and I didn't think what I want to draw myself.
Okay.
So it was also not easy to decide what I want to draw, what I want to tell other people, because yeah, I see so many people just copy other arts, other ideas,
Yes.
and I'm like, I have something to say to this world, and I'm doing it by this.
Nice. I know you did tell me this was a collaboration, but do you want to touch on this piece, or you rather skip it?
I can say about it. It's
Okay.
a collaboration. It's my first and only for now collaboration with Jason. And yes, I really like this piece. It's also, about the collection itself, the Human Society. Um, it's about, oh my God, how to explain this? It's also about people, but we have some, let's say, dark parts, not only dark, but parts that's usually people, that's easily translated by animals too.
Okay.
So in this piece, you can see the wolves, like also screaming, and you can see uh, the dark. Oh my god, I don't know how to say this in English. Uh, Smoke, the direct smoke from their mouths, and you can see one of the wolf just limiting the girl with his tongue, just like shut up.
Yeah. No,
So
that's what
um,
I'm saying. I mean, it depends the way you interpret it because I also see like he is trying to speak, his mouth is being held, shut, but at the same
mhm.
time, I would interpret it as deep down inside, he's angry and he's just screaming and don't know how.
Yes, I was inspired by such thing like a personal critic in ourselves. It's usually not our own voice, but voice of our parents, close friends, and something like this. And it often happens that it can also limit us, and it can say bad things about us, like it's not just a schizophrenia or something like this. No, it's a healthy thing. I mean, sometimes we can do something, we can be wrong at something, and we're like, oh, I'm so bad, trying to I don't know, also limiting ourselves about it. And this, I wanted to show this, that we have the voice that limit ourselves sometimes.
Yeah. Johnny said, by the way, thank you. Appreciate you being here. Johnny said, wonderful art with deep meaning. Wow.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Now, this is the one that caught my attention the most.
Oh, it has it has a big story of inspiration for this because it also was inspired by the NFC space, a part of it. I often notice that artists draw nude arts just to attract attention, or draw or just show nude photos, not everyone, of course, just a part of it, but that's what I saw so many times. And since most of collectors are men, they are attracted by it. And like, it's not that I'm against of nude art. No, like when it's professional, when it's also have meaning, it's fine, it's really cool. But when it's often just traced photos, and you can see this by the quality of the photos, and collectors buy it. And I was like, oh, I was so angry by this, like, really. And that was my inspiration for this art, the feeling of anger and hate, because I was like, why you buy such arts when there are so many great artists with unique ideas, with unique styles, like really, really a lot of great artists. But some people still keep buying it, and it's like timeless.
Yeah.
So I was inspired by this, the feeling of anger, and you can see the human just like also limited by the snake. And you can see the, let's call it, dark energy. And you can also think about it differently, like maybe that's the snake who just get the energy, so the human give it to the snake, trying to revealing the bad energy, and at the same time the snake limiting the person, and also revealing the anger and filling the person with this bad energy, let's call it like this.
Yeah. I mean, I interpret her, like he's being held on tight while the snake is sucking the life or the energy out of him. And it could be interpreted like plenty different ways. That's why it caught my attention because um, I think we've all been there, where you have somebody in your life that actually holds you back in one way or the other, but also is draining you from
Yes.
every. Yes, yeah. So that's the way I interpret this one, and that's why it caught my attention so much. Eddie, turning the house, what's going on? Smash that like button and sub. Appreciate the support, Eddie. Um, yeah, I mean, so what program have you been using to create these wonderful pieces?
I use Adobe Illustrator. I draw sketches in Photoshop, and then I use Adobe Illustrator to draw these vector arts. And you can also notice that I use limited colors, like for example, like no more than 4 colors for one piece. It's usually 3 colors in every piece, and I also, like it because even with these 3 colors, you can show the main things.
Yeah, and now OpenSea is some of your abstract work.
No, it's like the first two. It's not my own art. It's what I got.
Oh, you bought these. Okay, okay.
Yes. It
Uh,
was like the first one was actually for charity, and yes, that's why I also decided to get
okay.
it. The collection is called
Nice.
United.
Yeah, so it.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, it's called United, and it's my first collection in the NFT space. And I joined in the end of November.
okay.
Yes, yes, and I started my NFT journey on Rarible. But then, like with the free minting, because I, didn't have enough money for this because it was like just experimenting thing. And then I had a break for some months because I had exams in university, I had online course, I had a client in real life for packaging illustration, and I just understood that I can't take it everything, and I had a break, and then I came back in the NFT in May and
Yeah,
decided to move this collection from Rarible to OpenSea because I also wanted to give. Like I mean, like with the free minting, it's something like it feels differently. It's like you want to get, but you don't give anything. So I felt like yes, I need to use OpenSea. It's also yeah. And it's my first collection. It's called United, and it's about also nature and people. I drew different continents with the most rarest and endangered animals there. And I also donate 50% from the sales to Wildlife Fund.
oh wow.
Yeah, and I already donated since like 3 of the pieces are bought. 3 of 7, yes. I already donated some of the money, and it feels really great actually. Like, yes, I get the money, but I also give it to nature because I like it. And here you can see, like, yes, the rarest animals, and the girls there are also not, not just to attract attention. They are like connected with the nature too. You can see the hair
Yeah,
that is a part of the nature, and by this I wanted to show that the animals, the rarest animals and endangered, they are like consequences of our influence on nature. And by drawing the animals, or not the animals, the people connected to the nature, I also wanted to show that we depend on the nature too. So it's like mutual influence.
yeah. Well, it's funny because I thought that was just Mother Nature herself.
Yeah, you can see other arts, like it's South America,
Yeah.
and yes, but yeah, it also can be, represented like this. Yes, Mother Nature. Why not?
Okay, let's see. Da. Okay, go with this one.
Yes, Antarctica, like the meaning is the same for the collection. Also the most endangered animals on Antarctica, and yes, just to show the connection with animals and nature and people.
Okay.
Other continents are like the same. You can read more about the animals actually in the description, because I decided to write about them too.
Yeah, and I'm guessing you're a big time animal lover, right?
Yes, from my childhood, like all of the stray dogs, all the stray cats were mine. My mom didn't like it because, she was afraid that I can get infected by them because, they're just like stray. They can also like bite me or something.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, but I wasn't afraid of it. I liked to feed them, to spend time with them. And one of my big hobbies is also horse riding. I'm in love with horses also from my childhood. And I like to spend time at a stable, not just to ride, but also, just to care about the animals there. Yes, and I have a cat. She's like 13 years old already. She's pretty old. Yes, I really like animals.
Yeah, I was able to tell also not only because of the your drawing, but I saw this picture, which it's a pretty good looking horse. Where you're hugging it. I was like, well, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where
You can see different pictures there with memes too.
hold on, hold on. There you go. This one.
Yes. I also like this picture because the horse um, played a big role in my equestrian life too. His name is Hector, and he was really young when I started to ride him, but I didn't have choice. My coach just said, "We have no choice. We have no other horses. Just him. Come on." And yeah, and since he was really young, he was. Very bad disciplined, and I fell really often from him. And he also broke my nose one day.
How did that happen?
Yes, he broke my nose. I don't remember, like maybe 6 years ago. Yes, it
Okay.
was. No, it was. He actually did it with his own head. It was like that.
Oh,
Yes, and the funny thing that I didn't notice it. Like I couldn't feel my face, but there were not such, things that I could notice that I broke it. Just some days later, I still felt the pain. And I looked at myself in mirror and I was like, oh wait, like what's with my nose? It's like a bit left. And I was like, okay, seems like I need to go to a doctor. And yeah, they just fixed my nose like this.
that's
It was
crazy.
really painful
Uh,
actually.
no, I was gonna say, but I love that picture right there because it's like in its own way, he's hugging you back.
Yes, he's actually, later I was able to make friends with him. And yes, he's actually like, he has a cool personality, let's say. So all horses are different too, and they're all unique. And it's important, to notice the uniqueness in them and to improve it, to help them to improve it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any other artwork collection that I should be showing off or asking you about?
In the NFT, not, but I also have some arts just for my portfolio. Here you can see it's the sketch for a nightcast illustration.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I will share more sketches in my Instagram later. I just started, to do this.
yeah.
And you can see some other arts on Dribble.
Dribble? Okay.
Yes, it's my portfolio for, like, yeah, like clients. And I just understand that I need to update it because I didn't do it for a long time. Because I jumped into the NFT space, and yeah, so the real life is not like that anymore for me. But
Yeah,
it's just arts that I drew before the NFT space.
I'm just going through it right now. Don't mind me. Uh,
Yes,
do you draw this?
it's like it was, the illustration like this one was created as a homework
Oh,
for my second online course. Like I had to create a character with the story too, and I decided to draw a Chinese man because I like the Asian culture. I don't know why actually, but it looks so aesthetic. And yes, I read more about it, and I also have a Chinese friend, so I decided I was inspired by him actually because he does such things with swords too.
yeah,
But I decided to make it not like a warrior, but more like a dancer. You can see it's not like the moves not harsh. It's more like a dance, more elegant. And here you can also see the historical Chinese clothes, and also a man with long hair because before, like, uh, at least as far as I know, all Asian people had long hairs because it was, the Ming was in power, like
yeah.
freedom, power.
Back in the Asian dynasty. I know
Yes,
about it too. I'm a big animation fan, and I
mhm,
love Chinese and Japanese action movies.
yes.
Yeah. So, which by the way, if you haven't seen, I mean, it's a pretty old movie, but it's called Hero with Jet
Mhm.
Li. Check it out. You're probably gonna love it.
Yeah, okay, I will check it later.
Um, you did this one here.
Yes, it was an illustration for packaging. It was just one of the sketch before. Uh, when I work with clients in real life, I usually draw several options for sketches, so they could choose what they like and then, to make changes. And the clients offered a packaging illustration for supplements. And yes, I had a task to draw like something natural, something calm, peaceful. And yes, it was one of the sketch that they rejected, but I decided to make a full illustration from it. And yes, here it is. Later, you like on Behance. on another website. You can see the whole project. I decided to make a concept project and to use the illustrations for packaging design of a tea.
Okay. Yeah, so the sketch right here, I was trying to click on it, but it's not
Yeah, it's
loading.
like because it the same. Yeah,
So now, what is your long-term vision?
about the NFT space or
Yeah, the NFT space as an artist, um, your goals in life.
it's a good question because so many things are happening right now in the world, and what I planned, I already changed the plans, and I'm not sure if I need to make big plans actually for the future. So yes, for the NFT space. Like when I joined, I didn't believe it, but for now, I see so many great artists. And I also like the thing that there are NFT exhibitions in real life too. And it's something also really new to me because, they show your art on screens. Uh, and it's also a great opportunity to show your art to the world. So I like one of the goals like this is just be exhibited somewhere or everywhere, something like this. I really want to have my arts on some exhibitions too, and some galleries because when I join in and when I decide what I want to tell people through my arts, I want that more people could see this, could read this, and like maybe let's call it my not a goal, but a concept that I want to make people
Yeah,
think about something about our life, things in our life, and about themselves. We not often analyze ourselves, what we do, who we are. We just try to be someone like others, try to do something like this for our success, but it's also not easy to understand what we really like in the life, like what we really like, not what like advertisement say us what we like, not the expensive cars, not the cool houses, not big families. It's something personal for every person,
yeah,
and you also will know it only when you think about yourself, when you try to learn more about yourself.
I totally agree with you there. You know,
So
oh, go ahead.
mhm. No, I just wanted to say that, yeah, that's probably my main goal, and I will improve myself as an illustrator in real life too, and in the NFT space. I will improve my style, and yeah, I just want to be a great artist because I really like it, and yes, I want to um, tell something important to people.
Well, one thing I'll correct you on the part that you say you want to be a great artist. You're too late for that because you are a great artist.
Thank you, but I still have a lot of things to improve, really.
Yeah, I mean that you want to improve it. That's a different story.
Yeah.
But I just find it amazing how you go from this, which is usually how I draw in reality, but and then from that to that and final results. So
Yes, I usually start to draw something with, like the skeletons to make the pose understandable for me too. And then I try just to add more details, colors, something like this.
yeah, I have a friend, he's actually a great artist too, and he's been drawing animation for as long as I know him. And I know him since I was 11 years old. Currently,
Mhm.
I am 36, so 20 something years. And he is great at just drawing animations. You talk to him about Dragon Ball Z, he'll draw it. You ask him to draw a portrait of you, and he'll draw it identical. So
Mhm.
yeah, um, I learned how to appreciate art a lot, big time. One because of him, and like growing up, I was more into watching a lot of animations. I was into watching uh, Dragon Ball Z, Rurouni Kenshin, uh, and whenever I felt a little bit depressed, it's funny, but I used to print out a lot of artwork. Like it could be whether if it's Dragon Ball Z doing a special move, or if it's a sword fight in Rurouni Kenshin, and it's kind of weird, I know, but it helped me a lot.
Yes, I no, it's not weird actually because I also like to watch some animations. And yes, it can help. For most of the cases, it shows you how to be kind, how to be more powerful, to believe in yourself. So yes, it certainly can help.
Big
And I still watch animations really different. I like also other cartoons, like for example from Disney, too, because I like the part that they can give you emotions,
time.
both like positive and negative too, because I often cry when I watch cartoons because I can see they usually at some sad moments there, and I'm like, oh no, I'm going to cry again. I still remember the case when I went to the cinema with my relatives to watch the Coco, the cartoon, and it was so sad. There were so many children there, and they were laughing because like, yes, it was still funny, but they were laughing, and it seems like I was the one who was crying because yes, after that I decided not to go to cinemas to watch such things because I don't want to cry publicly.
Yeah.
So yes, the cartoons can teach you a lot of things. And I don't understand why some adults believe that the cartoons for kids only. No, it's, you
Oh,
know, it mostly about our life as adults too.
yeah. I mean, look, I tell everybody, I don't care. I'm 36, but I'm a 5 year old at heart. So, meaning, I enjoy joking around. I enjoy spending time with my daughter and my nieces. One is 12, the other one is 11. They're going to be 12, and the other one is 6. And we watch movie, and so what? Like the other day I was just watching Encanto with my youngest for like the
Yeah.
100th time, but she enjoys it, and I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of catching.
Yes, especially the songs there. I also really like it. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, and that's pretty much it as far as like just do something that makes you happy. That's the way I see it.
Yes, I agree. And the cartoons also have really great graphics. You can see the detail, the cool details, colors, how they make the compositions. Like it's perfect there. It also can be a good inspiration for artists.
Yeah.
Uh, yes,
No,
especially
no.
colors
Yeah.
combinations.
No, like I myself, I want to, I don't know if it is digital animation or what. Okay, so basically you see how you draw this, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I want to learn, like, let's say, for example, how to make it to actually move.
Mm-hmm.
I think it is video animation. I'm not sure, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's I've been thinking like I want to learn how to do that and stuff. And not gonna lie, the programs that I started looking into, they look a little intimidating. Like I don't know if you ever use Blender.
No, never, but I've heard a lot about it. You know, when you're too much, when you have too much there, something like
Yeah.
the space about to blow up.
Yeah, so I was like, you know what? No, 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 no. I mean, I want to learn how to do it, but at the same time, I ask myself, do I really need to?
Well, I think you can at least to try something. Why not? And if you don't like it, then maybe to try something else. Like there are also things like After Effects for animations too, and it's probably easier than Blender. I'm not sure. If I'm not mistaken, Blender for 3D arts, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, Blender is more for 3Ds. So, but yeah, like I said, it's something that I've been thinking about. I'll probably do it, not sure, but I've been watching some tutorial. That's
Hmm.
what I said. It looks very intimidating because you have to have a reference photo, and then out of the reference photo, you actually gotta use you gotta, like, geez, I don't know how exactly to explain it, but you get like a square and you gotta
Hmm.
shape it to,
Hmm.
yeah. And I'm like, okay. That's
Yeah,
why
but you know,
huh?
if I think that if you're thinking about it for some times, you definitely need to try it. Like if it's still in your head, you should try it for sure.
Yeah, I mean, usually I'm not a quitter. I like to try things and, learning new skills. Like, I myself learn how to repair computers. I learn how to record and produce music. Multi-talented, and that's one thing that I wanna try. Video editing, video animation. I know how to video edit, but video animation, I think
Hmm.
that would be something different for me at least. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So, Nora, do you have anything else that you would like to add?
It's a good question. I think we can talk about the NFT space, maybe from a point of artists. And yeah, I think it can be interesting. We have like 6 minutes left.
Yeah, go ahead.
Uh, well, I just want to say that it's such a big space with so many people. And when you just join it, you usually see only one circle of people. When you join it, because you see they follow other people, you start to follow them too. And yes, mostly like maybe not circles, but it's easier to understand the groups of people. So I call it circles. And the groups of people usually have different values. Like as I already said about nude arts, you can see artists and collectors there who do this. There are another circle when let's call it like this, there are premium artists, and collectors usually buy very expensive arts and don't buy cheap arts. It's like another circle. Um, so yeah, like so many circles, and it's important to meet different people there, not to follow only the one circle, because you know, it happened with me when I just joined. I joined the circles that didn't fit me at all, because they had different values. The value was, you know, just to sell, to get money, to sell, no matter to whom, and something like this. And I saw so many people just pretending to be nice. Like, of course, we need to respect each other, but you know, when people say sweet words, and you can see and hear it's a lie, because, yeah, like sometimes it's understandable. It's a bit sad because you feel the fake things. And when I just joined, I thought that it's a normal thing. That's how people should do and should be here. And I was like, well, seems like I will be able to make sales, just pretending to be a nice person, saying nice things to everyone, even to whom, like, even to artists that, like, even if I don't like their arts at all. But I felt like, seems like I need to do it to get noticed, to have sales and something like this. But no, there are. Then I started, you know, to meet many other artists, to find other artists with other values, and not only artists but also collectors. And I met them. There are so many great people there, and yes, with whom I have similar values, moral things. And it's the way easier now for me, because I don't have to pretend. I don't have to be friends with everyone. You like, no, you don't have to pretend to join someone's circle. Just be yourself, and I'm sure there will be people who will join your journey too, with whom you will have similar values in this.
Yeah, um, I agree with everything you're saying, and there is a circle for everyone. You know, it's more like when you try to fit in a place where you know you don't fit, that's when you start feeling awkward. So I 100% agree. It's something that doesn't only happen to artists, it happens to content creator and anybody within the crypto space or just in life in general. You know, like I said, I write music myself, and when I was pursuing being an artist and being a producer, I noticed that their values wasn't the same as mine. So what I did was I stepped away. So you find people that actually want to do or that has the same value as you, and then that's where you're gonna notice that everything start connecting and working out.
Yes, like you don't have to pretend, just be yourself. And yes, as you say, there is always the circle for everyone. You will find people who will support you, uh, who will honestly support you, not just to be with you and to have you in the circle.
Yeah, I totally agree. Well, and I also would like to say thank you so much for giving me a whole hour of your time and for coming on my show and showing me this great art pieces because I love it. That's why I wanted to end the show with this one on screen because it's the one that caught my attention the most.
Yeah,
Um, Football says, amazing art, keep it up.
thank you.
And you
And
know,
I also wanted to say thank you for inviting me. And yes, it's a big honor to me because, it's my first interview ever in my life. So, I was a bit nervous before this because I was like, if my English is okay, if I will understand you, if like what we will speak about. But then, like, yeah, I feel pretty comfortable here. And yeah, it's really great. Thank you so much.
well, you're welcome and thank you because that's what I try to do. I try to work with people and let them feel as comfortable as possible because it could be very intimidating, especially if you're camera shy or
Mhm.
something like that. But no, you did awesome. So you could do with this. I tell people all the time, if you want to chop up some pieces of the interview, you want to post it somewhere, don't worry, I'm not gonna hit you with a copyright or anything like that. So feel free. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Fobo said you did your first interview with one amazing guy. I appreciate that, football. And just to say, today, we had a real small crowd, but don't forget that this is gonna be recorded, so it's
Mhm.
gonna stay on YouTube as long as I live. So yeah, and even after, I think it's still gonna stay on YouTube because if no one closes the account, it's gonna be on there. Thank you, football. Love you too, brother. You're a great guy, great friend, great supporter. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah,
Um,
I can literally feel the support from him.
Nora, don't go nowhere. I will end the stream. Just give me 5 minutes. Don't go nowhere. All right,
Okay.
guys. Thank you for watching. Have a good one and have a blessed day. And the weekend is coming, so everyone get ready.